listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, we are talking about how to scale your business sustainably. Keep listening as we walk through a few different strategies, how to set your goals and evaluate your progress, how to grow your insurance business by 45%, written by Roxanne Anderson. Growing your insurance business by 45% may seem like a huge goal, but guess what? It can be possible to achieve. Whether you're an independent agent with a dollar and a dream, or an agency owner seeking to stay competitive, we've got the insurance sales strategies and tips that could help you realize more success. From a high-level perspective, there are two growth strategies for insurance agents and agencies: growing distribution and growing sales. We will break down both strategies, starting with distribution. Growing your distribution means allowing your business to reach more clients. Couple ways to do this: building your downline, increasing your affinity partnerships, expanding your sales territory, and diversifying your product portfolio. Our first approach: build your downline. If you're an agency owner, you likely already have these distribution partners, your downlines. These agents go out and interact with potential clients on behalf of your business. By building a downline of insurance agents, you can grow your client base. Think of it this way: as one agent, you can meet with 5 clients a day. If you and 2 downline agents can each meet with 5 clients a day, that's a 100% increase in client opportunities for your business. Keep in mind, having downlines is just the start. If those downlines aren't out selling, they're not increasing your distribution, just your overhead. Within an established downline, you increase distribution by accumulating more downlines who are ready to sell and multiplying the number of products your downlines are contracted with and ready to sell. The second tactic: increase your affinity partnerships. Affinity partnerships are mutually beneficial business arrangements where another business refers clients to you and you refer clients to them. The businesses serve different purposes, so they're not competing with each other, but they have overlapping client bases. As an insurance agent, you could partner with healthcare providers, community organizations, professional services, or small businesses. These relationships will help you increase your insurance sales distribution without you having to pay for it. The more businesses you're partnered with, the more referrals your business could receive. Our third approach: expand your sales territory. While it may be nice to only venture 15 to 30 minutes from home, you may be limiting your distribution opportunity. To grow distribution, consider marketing your services and traveling an additional 30 minutes out. Think of it this way: doubling the distance you're willing to travel in one direction will quadruple the potential sales area you can reach. The grass could be greener 45 to 60 minutes away, but you won't know until you take a look. Nowadays, remote sales are also an option, which could help you expand your insurance sales territory even further without the commute. Our fourth and final tactic to increase distribution: broaden your product portfolio. How many products are you or your agency contracted and ready to sell with? Are you offering all the national, regional, and local carriers your clients ask about? Increasing your distribution could be as simple as increasing your own share of shelf. Think of all the brands Kellogg's offers in the cereal aisle and how many sales they get from those different brands. Now, let's flip the coin over and talk about ways to increase insurance sales. Sales numbers might be easier for agency owners to boost, but independent agents can grow their businesses by this path as well. To grow your insurance sales this way, we recommend focusing on raising your number of first-time producers, increasing the average number of applications submitted per agent, and multiplying the number of policies sold per customer. Let's get into the details. First up, raise your number of first-time producers. If you have an existing downline or you're building one, ideally all those agents actively sell under you. However, this isn't always the case, especially if your downlines are new to selling insurance. It's important you set your agents up for success prior to them making their first sale. They need a good foundation to complete a second sale and a third sale, and so on. Without receiving support early and often, they could get discouraged and quit, and neither of you wants that to happen. We recommend providing ample training resources for your downline agents and even acting as a mentor. If you can get them up to speed and selling like you'll increase your distribution and sales. Next up, increase the average number of applications sold per agent. Why stop at getting new downlines to write their first piece of business? You can increase your sales when you and your downlines write more business. If you're a solo agent, you should easily be able to figure out your average number of applications per week. Agency owners can determine this number for each downline agent or the business as a whole. Then set a SMART goal, providing everyone with a realistic, higher average number of submitted applications to aim for. Remember, submitting more applications doesn't necessarily mean working longer hours. It could mean closing a higher percentage of insurance sales, or utilizing technology to streamline administrative tasks, appointments, quotes, and enrollments. If you're serious about increasing the average number of applications you and your agents submit, check out the free sales tools available to agents who have registered with RitterIM.com, the website of the FMO that powers this podcast, Ritter Insurance Marketing. We are an integrity partner, which means Ritter agents get access to some seriously powerful technology to help run your business. There's Integrity Connect, a world-class platform for managing your book of business, from the first client contract through their enrollment and follow-ups. Plan Enroll is another powerful integrity tool. Agents can create a personalized website where consumers can contact you, generate quotes, and enroll in plans as they desire. And then Ask Integrity is the insurance industry's leading AI tool for quick plan insights and prioritizing client outreaches and sales. Our third method to increase sales: multiply the average number of policies purchased per customer. Maximizing your sales can also look like maximizing your book of business. Selling one policy to 100 clients could take more time, money, and effort from your business than selling 2 policies to 50 clients. If you aren't already cross-selling insurance, or you have agents who are hesitant about it, stop and ask yourself why. Don't think of it as trying to get the most sales you can out of a client. That wouldn't be fair to the client or to yourself. By not introducing and explaining the extra insurance options available to your clients, you could be leaving them unprotected from high out-of-pocket costs. You're not even giving them the option to consider that risk. Another agent could step in and not only get that sale, but also take your client from you. And lastly, yes, you could be leaving money on the table. Here are a few insurance cross-selling opportunities you can try. Say your client purchased a low to no premium Medicare Advantage plan. Offer hospital indemnity insurance during a follow-up appointment to cover the cost of an inpatient hospital stay. Maybe your client purchased a Medicare supplement plan. offer final expense insurance to help them cover their end-of-life costs. What if your client purchased an Affordable Care Act plan? You can offer routine dental, vision, and hearing benefits since they're not included in their health plan. And they might also be interested in hospital indemnity or cancer plans. For optimal success, incorporate these value adds throughout your insurance sales pitch and presentation. Simply remove these mentions when it may not make sense to present them. For example, if you sell Medicare Advantage or Part D products and ancillary products are not on the scope of appointment, you can't mention them. Let's say that you discuss a Medicare Advantage plan's high out-of-pocket maximum and what it means if they have a hospital visit. If they've checked it on the SOA, you could use this as an opportunity to mention that many clients use hospital indemnity insurance to lower their exposure. What about the Medicare supplement that doesn't cover non-medically necessary assisted living or end-of-life services? That's a natural time to introduce short-term care plans or final expense insurance. And keep in mind, routine dental, vision, and hearing benefits are not available in an under 65 health plan. Now, we mentioned in both the title and the open of this episode a very specific percentage in growth, 45%. Let's talk about how we got that number. Say you're an independent agent with 2 contracts and you write 20 apps per contract for a total of 40 annual apps. Most of what we're talking about here is adding on an ancillary plan. A hospital indemnity, a cancer plan, Deviate, a final expense plan, short-term care. By adding just one ancillary insurance contract and setting a goal to sell a policy to half of your annual clients, so in this example, 20 more apps for the whole year, our one agent now has 3 contracts. They're writing 20 apps per contract for a total of 60 annual apps, which is actually 50% growth in the amount of apps they're writing annually. Now, in this first example, that was just a simple change to their portfolio. Let's take a look at what could happen when we increase apps per contract or recruit some downline insurance agents. This time, we'll start out with 50 agents. Each agent has an average of 2.5 contracts, and they're writing 20 apps per contract. That gives us a healthy 2,500 apps in the year. Pretty decent number. Let's say we set a goal to increase our agents by 10%, up the average contract per agent to 3, and set a 10% increase in the average apps per contract. Just making those small changes would give us an increase of 1,130 apps per year. That's 55 agents with an average of 3 contracts, writing an average of 22 apps per contract for a grand annual total of 3,630 apps per year. And that is a 45.2% growth in apps written per year. And again, we're not talking about large numbers here. Small changes can actually add up over time to a meaningful difference for you or your business, whether you're an agent or an agency. And hopefully from these examples today, we've shown you that achieving growth in your insurance business doesn't have to just be a dream. It can be a realistic goal that you can meet and probably more easily than you think. It's about making a few small, intentional improvements to increase your distribution and your sales to find success. And if you would like to talk it over with our team to build a more customized strategy, definitely recommend doing that. If you're not already, the first step is to register with ritterim.com, and the link to do that is in our episode notes. Step 2, reach out to our team and have a conversation about your business. Where are you now? Where do you want to grow? When you register with us, you'll be assigned a point person in your area who knows the contracts, national, regional, and local, and can really help you fine-tune your portfolio. All of that info is in our episode notes, so check out the links and get connected. Thank you so much for listening to this installment of our Agent Survival Guide podcast. We will see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written by Roxanne Anderson, script proofing by Emily Ryan, recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel, podcast design by Urban Rivera. Follow along with our show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.